I don't know if you actually realize that, but every tour has a theme. We never really spoke about the theme. It's just something when people and I reach out for speakers and say, "Hey, what's the tour about?" I feel like, well, I have to give them a theme, even though it doesn't matter because the session are they're isolated, and also they're isolated online, and people go and watch them isolated. They're not having this experience, but the theme is always good. Like with TEDx events, it's good for the people in the room. And the theme in January or the theme on change of years is New Year's resolutions. Like that's the common theme wherever you go, right? People are this weird switch of gears, right? It's just a second or a split of a second, depending on how granular you'd like to go, or a minute or an hour or a day, and it feels like a restart.
Yeah.
And it's kind of we're tuned to this, right? We're tuned to this that we can't wait for this winter Christmas era to recuperate, to reboot, and to start fresh, and then have big ideas and big plans how to start fresh and where to go and what to do differently. And very often it comes together with a diet or with a workout plan or with some behavior change, and you have really good intentions because you want to start with great big energy, but it's just another day. It's just the same as like birthday, right? It's not, you're not a year older, you're just a few seconds older, a minute older, a day older. And it's kind of the same thing that we're so tuned into this change of gears when
Yep.
we see this year. And then February already, if not January, but February the latest already looks very different. Actually, February already is the first time we feel like, ugh, this year is already long, and you're somewhere probably far away from making any behavioral change plans. You just want trying to survive. And I'd like to invite on a different scenario. I'd like to invite this kind of, I always say I want to change the life of 10 people every week. So this time, I don't want to change your life. I want you to end this week with a very clear vision of who you want to be by the end of this year. Because I think when we have this very clear idea on Friday afternoon or evening or morning or whatever it's on your time zones, when we set apart, when you have this very clear idea who you want to be by December 31st, 2021, I think it's a different roadmap because you're not going from plans to reality, you're going towards a vision. And the New Year's resolution is always like going from plans to reality, and reality often hits us very soon. But when
So
we have
what's
a
your
vision and we go towards that vision, I think we make different decisions along the way.
so what's your resolution? What are you going to be different next year or by 31st of December this year, Nikki?
Well, it's Monday. I have to. I'll let you know. We're all gonna ask. We're all gonna answer the same question Friday. I have this extremely privileged position of being probably, well, not probably, I am the only person on this planet who participate every single meeting at the Silicon Valley Inspiration Tours. So this week is not only for you, it's also for me. It's also, I also enjoy these conversations, and there are conversations where I had with the people several times and the same topic several times, but it's always slightly different. But actually with the virtual tours, now you've been to some, Johan, you've been to a lot, Marcus, you've been to almost all of them. Very few meetings are the same, right? Very few people we meet twice. So with the on-site tours, it's a little easier because I can do like 30% same meetings and 70% new meetings because it's very unlikely that someone will show up for every on-site tour, fly to San Francisco for every tour that I'm making. But for these virtual tours, it's different. So I can't meet this guy again. I can't meet this again. So I have to find new people. So it's also a lot of news for me as well. Um, so yes, I'm not asking you to answer. I'm not inviting you to answer that. Otherwise, your week would already be over before it's begun. The idea is to go through these sessions and listen to these people and figure out. It's like walking through a forest of cherry trees, and you pick the cherries you like, and what's in your bucket of cherries by the end of the week. And that's the December 31st version of Niall, Marco, Kyra, Johan, Marcus, and of course also of myself. So tell me a little about you guys. How have you been? We haven't seen each other in pretty much a month.